back to Bell Therapy and Wellness YouTube channel. This is where we give you the how-tos for strengthening your core and pelvic floor in a safe and evidence-based way by a pelvic floor physical therapist. So, my name is Dr. Ali, and today we're going to be going over a happy baby pose and some modified versions of those. So, I often use this for clients who need more pelvic floor relaxation. So if you have a really tight pelvic floor or symptoms thereof, this is one of my favorite yoga poses to prescribe. So there's a couple of different ways to do it, so let's get right to it and let me show you. First of all, you probably want to take off your shoes for this. So I like to do this on my yoga mat and without shoes, and I will show you why in a moment. You're gonna lay down and you'll stretch those legs out long. So we're gonna go right into a full happy baby pose first. So what you're gonna do is I would bring one leg up at a time. I like to loop my 2 fingers around my big toe. So that is one way to hold the foot here, and then you're gonna start to relax that knee towards the outside of your rib cage. And then let's bring the other foot up to meet it, and we're gonna let those knees sort of start to rest, going towards the outside of our rib cage. You don't wanna think about pushing your feet into your hands. This is more of a rested pose, because I want you to try and get in this position with me. And then I want you to start to take deep breaths, which is gonna mean filling up your belly, letting your ribcage expand, and then letting all the air out through your mouth. So you're gonna inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. So this pose is really important to try and achieve relaxation, less stress, no active holds, there's no contracting here. And you wanna think about creating space in between your sits bones. So your sits bones, whenever you sit in a really hard chair and if you feel like your quote unquote butt bones get sore, those are your sits bones. So you have one on each side, and the space in between composes of the pelvic floor. So you wanna think about creating more space there, sending breath into your hips, letting them relax. Now, here's where we're gonna get into some variations. So if it's uncomfortable to hold your toes like this, another way that you can hold is you can grab the outside of your foot. So try that grip. My arms are obviously short, so sometimes this one's a little bit harder for me. So you can grab the outside of your foot. You can also even grab going across the inside of your foot to the outside of your foot. So this is another way that you can do it. But you wanna feel relaxed and steady while you're here. Now, maybe this is really uncomfortable for both your hips. A way to modify this would actually be to drop a leg. So I'm gonna drop my right leg and I'm gonna outstretch it. So I'm gonna keep my leg long and just focus on the other side holding. I'm gonna switch back to a more comfortable grip for me. So here, I like to hold the outside of my foot or my big toe. So this is a single side happy baby pose. Now, if this is a little stressful on your back, something that you can do is just bend this knee. And that's gonna take off the strain on your pelvis. So what you do on one side, you wanna make sure to do on the other side. So we're gonna let that leg down. Whew, see, that felt good. And then we're gonna inhale that right leg up, left leg, my bad. And then take some breaths here. So you're gonna find that half happy baby with a bent knee probably feels a lot better than a half happy baby with a straight leg. All right, so now that we're here, remember what you do to one side, you need to do the other, and then just release that foot down. So I would say, and then roll to one side and sit up. That's the safest way to do it. So what I would say is probably take some time and do at least 5 to 10 breaths in whatever position you find fits your body and fits your needs at this moment. The focus is going to be letting the tension go. So if you find that this pose is really stressful or really hard for you to hold, modify it. That is the best way you're gonna achieve the relaxation. That is the purpose of this pose. So try the 5 to 10 breaths, see how it feels. If anything else is bothering you, if you have a question about how else to modify the pose, please drop a comment below. If you're one of my clients, send me a text, send me an email, or if you as the audience would like to ask me a question, please feel free to go to our website, and there's a contact form, and it emails me directly, and I'll be happy to get to your question as soon as possible. My name is Dr. Ali with Bell Therapy and Wellness, and thank you so much for joining me today. Have a good one.